What's going on, everyone? This is Smitty here, and just wanted to speak for a few minutes here in regards to 2K and them being serious about making a comeback. Now, I played that first video clip there because that video would be perfect if 2K were deciding to make another football game, and they show flashes of APF or whatever. Now, what would be different is that instead of just flashing up a date, you would see Greg Thomas, which for those that don't know, he's the lead producer over pretty much the entire 2K series of football games, from Dreamcast to APF. And he comes out and pretty much says, hey, let's do we see the overwhelming demand, we notice it, trust me, we see it all over the place. Now, let's see how serious everybody truly is. We got a Kickstarter campaign. We're going to run it for 3 months. Set up a goal, I don't know, like maybe $1 million, $2 million. But the thing is, they're only accepting $1 donation. So $1 per household. That lets us know how many people are truly serious about making it happen. If they're serious, they'll meet that. That goal will either be met or exceeded.
Peter, thank you.
If the goal isn't met, then there you go. The community that would be the put up shut up tool right there. That'll let it be known. If the people don't donate it, then obviously the community doesn't want it. You know what I mean? And we can't say 2K didn't step up and try because they publicly said, "Hey yo, we willing to do it, but you guys got to show us that y'all want it." Now that would tell the tale right there. If people truly wanted that game. Now, and this was an idea that was spoke between myself and the fellas after when we did one of our shows. Myself, Azura, and Sim and Coach talking about this, and I know the whole they don't have the NFL license, so the game won't sell and everything. Look, APF and Backbreaker, both of those games did not sell because of their own shortcomings when it came to development. These games both games did a bad job in terms of gameplay expansion. Meaning Backbreaker, you couldn't hot route, and when the game first came out, you only had a handful of plays to select from. You can't hot route. You can only call an audible and flip your play. That's it. You had on the defense, you had no coverage audibles, no shifts, no none of that stuff. That's all you had. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, you could show a blitz, but that was it. There was no coverage audibles, no double team blocking, double team assignments, coverage assignments, or anything like that. You didn't have any of that. Then Road to Backbreaker, all you was doing was just playing games and buying free agents along the way, buying players. Get up enough credits, buy a player, swap them out. That's all you had. That's it. Nothing more than that. Same thing. Let's go to 2K. 2K football. Limited customization, you know what I'm saying? And I'm talking about before hex editing and all that. Yeah, limited customization. And then with the season mode, what did you honestly have? All you have is just your season mode with no scouting, no weekly preparation. You couldn't nurse your injured players back to health. You had no rehabilitation means or anything like that. You couldn't trade, you couldn't, you know what I'm saying, there's no scouting, there's no drafting, there was nothing else to it. You just got your team, played. That's it. Now the online league setup, it was cool, but even then, you still had the same thing. Play your team, next guy. Play your team, next guy. Play your team, next guy. That's it. So that's not going to sell millions of copies when you had a game in Madden where you had free agency, you had injured reserve, you had all these, you had numerous tools at your disposal. And trust me, APF could have did the same thing. Look at what EA did with Connected Career. 2K could have did the same thing. They could have did a franchise mode and had these legends all start out in there like at 22 or whatever, and maybe take their tier down a notch. You know what I'm saying? Like take Reggie White or Barry Sanders or Jerry Rice and put them at a silver instead of a gold. You know what I'm saying? And then branch out that whole ability system, and they could have made that work. But that was their choice. These were the decisions made by the companies, and because of their decisions in terms of the direction where they wanted the product to go, that's why it came out the way it did. So if they take the proper approach, they can make it happen. So they can sell millions of copies. It can happen. You know, in this culture of creating and sharing rosters and setting and sliders and all that jazz, trust me, it'd be no problem if 2K came out with a game and they made a site, like I said, take like what EA did, do a team builder site, something like that. Create your team, make a simple template where people can create and they can upload photos and all that, and they can create the NFL. So then at least you have a choice. You'll have a choice between playing with this roster compared to that roster, that game versus this game. So, you know, but that's just an idea. Like I said, just wanted to put it out there, give my 2 cents on it or what have you, you know. And, you know, yeah, so if 2K, honestly, like I said, that's just an idea, but I believe that, you know, that would be a great way for 2K to honestly step up, so to speak, and say, hey, look, like, we're willing to do it if y'all serious. Because, you know, 420,000 copies sold ain't, you know, that ain't gonna cut it to say, all right, let's make another game. So if the demand is there and it comes in an overwhelming fashion, there you go. And just think if 2K did that, how many people would be out here and talking about it. Like, you'd have the Chris Smooths, Shakedowns, you'd have Sim Standards, you'd have everybody, everywhere. Operation Sports, IGNs, GameSpots, all them spots. Everybody would be saying, like, yo, make this game happen. Make this game happen. You know what I'm saying? That trailer would be extremely viral. And at least it's just my belief in comparison to the demand that I've seen over the years. So, but 2K gonna make it happen. Like I said, you know, that's what I believe would be a strong method. But hey, we just gotta see what these guys do. Whatever vision that these guys have, I seriously hope these guys have the intent of making another football game somewhere down the line and in the near future. On that note, thanks for listening. Thanks for your time, everyone. This is Smitty, and I'm out.